Stepney's special, said Edward. Smiled Edward. He asked. Answered Stepney. He chuckled. Agreed Edward. Stepney continued. Smiled Edward. Stepney went on. Said Edward gravely. Said Stepney. He paused. He went on. Smiled Edward. Stepney said goodbye to Edward and then returned to the big station. There he helped Duck shunt the yard. They were soon great friends and enjoyed their afternoon together. Thomas arrived before they'd finished and stayed till it was time for his last branch line train. But that train's tail lamps were hardly out of sight when the two engines heard a commotion at the station, said Duck. Presently, the night duty shunter came hurrying to the shed. The bell in the cabin on the branch line rang once, then 5, pause 5. That means shunt to allow following train to pass. The signalman was puzzled. He telephoned control. Thomas and his passengers grumbled at being delayed, but there was no help for it. Soon they heard an unfamiliar puffing. Express headlamps swayed and twinkled. Then Stepney, pulling one coach, loomed in the station lights. He slowed to exchange tablets, whistled a greeting, then gathered speed into the night, said Thomas the tank engine. Fumed Thomas next morning, said Stepney. He explained, said Thomas modestly. Put in Stepney. Thomas, flattered, forgot he was cross and told Stepney all about his branch line.